Hey everyone, welcome to Life in the Valley, hope all is well. On today's episode, we're going to be doing a canoe fishing and camping gear loadout. I hope you guys all enjoy. So this is our tent. It's a Nature Hike Cloud Up 3. It's a 3-person backpacking tent. It's nice and light. It comes in at 5.7 pounds. And there's lots of room for me, Alyssa, Gear, and Hank. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this set up, and I'll show you guys everything all laid out. So we're not backpackers or anything like that by any means. You can see we have quite a bit of gear for fishing and camping and all that good stuff to keep us comfortable. We like to go out and enjoy ourselves type of deal. And the main reason we go out on these types of adventures and stuff like that is to go fishing. So we have quite a bit more fishing gear with us. But if we were just going with backpacks and stuff, we would be pretty light. With the tent, our sleeping bag, and our sleeping pad, we dropped almost 40 pounds off our winter gear, which we were using for summertime, which was pretty warm. I think it's minus 40 sleeping bag or something, it get pretty warm. So some of it we use both summer and winter, like the chargers, the table, fan, lights, and cooking stuff and all that. What we bring along with us is we have a 80-liter backpack that turns into a 100-liter bag. I do want to get a canoe pack, or possibly even 2 canoe packs. I believe probably a 75-liter one for me and maybe a 50-liter one for Alyssa. And we'd fit all of our gear plus our fishing stuff in them. That's something to look forward to in the future. We have quite a bit of GoPro stuff, so this is where all our cameras go, batteries, chargers, all that good stuff. And then just a stick, for example, and on the GoPro, this big 100-liter tote under me holds all of our stuff, which is pretty handy. So we'll continue on down over here. We have our dry bags. This is our food bags type of deal. Usually they'd be filled right up for 3-4 day adventure, but got pancake mix. What else is in there? Like a whole bunch of stuff that only requires water to cook. So rice, noodles, whole bunch of different dehydrated meals. Then we'll continue on down over here. This is our solar panel by X-Dragon. It's a 70-watt panel. It folds out quite big, but leave this out during the day when it's nice and sunny, and we can charge our phones, our power banks, basically everything we need. And then you come down over here, we're usually good on power for about 4 days before you have to worry. We got a bunch of 20,000 milliamp Blavar power, sorry for the verbal diarrhea there, but solar panel chargers type of deal, power banks. And this one here is actually one of the fold out ones. And then we have one here with a radio just in case something is going on type of deal. It's just emergency backup radio. They all have flashlights and compasses on them, and you can also set your phone on the back to wireless charge. So moving on over here, we have a hammock tarp. This is just to go over our tent if it ever does start a torrential downpour or whatever, just a little extra protection. It's always nice. So we have a camp table here. This sets up into a nice little table for Alyssa to cook on and stuff like that, so she's not on uneven ground and worrying about stuff tipping over. And then we have our camp fan. It's nice. It's all light and a fan, and a power bank as well. You can charge stuff off of it. And then flashlights and our sleeping pad. Our sleeping pad is a 2-person pad. It's 1.5 inches thick, and I believe it's 1.6 pounds, so nice and light. It's by Hike Nature. We go down over here, Nature Hike sleeping bag twin. It's 42 inches wide, so it'll fit me and Alyssa quite nice. Same brand as our tent. You come down over here, we have some Teton Sport camp pillows, the same as our cot and everything for our winter gear. And then just jackets. Sorry, this is Hank's bed, sorry. This is jackets. This is just random clothes. This is pots and pans and French press and all that for coffee. And stove with the adapter type of deal for the propane. And it has the stand type of deal, so Alyssa doesn't have to worry about stuff tipping over. These legs will flip down, but you guys get the idea. And we just have one of these little Primus pocket stoves to go onto that, to the 1 pound propane cylinder here. And then here is just like a mini cutting board and a whole bunch of different little utensils to make things easier for Alyssa cooking dinner. And then here we have a first aid kit. I forget how many pieces it is, but it's quite full of stuff. Always don't want to leave without that. Always make sure you have that with you. And then obviously we have our canoe full of gear too. But I'll go ahead and show you guys that after we get the tent all set up and show you guys how we have everything arranged. So I just finished getting everything set up in here. So we got our double wide sleeping bag here from Nature Hike. And then underneath here, we got our sleeping pad from Hike Nature. And then Hank's bed set up here. We use that tote as like a table. Usually charge your phones on it and set my phone in a tripod on there and watch TV. Then back up over here in the corner, we got a fan. It has some nice pockets in each corner. Up here too. And we got a hook for our lantern here. And yeah, just a great cozy little setup. Me and Hank are just in here inside. Yeah, we're just inside. You're a good boy. And you guys can see Hank has lots of space on his bed over there. Then we even have some space for stuff there between us. Well, between me and the tote type of deal. But you can see our fan is working away here. And then we also have the lantern up there. And we have our sleeping pad mat under there. And yeah, we're just good and comfy in here. So if I move over, you guys can see Alyssa has lots of room there beside me for her. So it's basically two 21-inch sleeping pads side by side built into one, which is pretty nice. But I think this tent will work out pretty good for us. It's nice and cozy in here, that's for sure. Hank agrees, I think, too. So that's basically our whole setup for the tent. We'll carry on over to the canoe here, starting off with the stick out front here. I actually use that as a handle, and I can pick the front of the canoe up and just pull it. Makes things a whole lot easier. Here we have our GoPro mount, so it's mounted up here. You guys can see SOL and everything. And then we'll carry on. Life jackets, Hank's life jacket, everyone we put up the front. Hank usually has his on. Come back a little bit more. We have some throwables, some canoe seats, rod holders. Alyssa's tackle box is there. We usually put the net over here. And I have black walnut paddles that I made for the canoe, and you guys can see here I redid the seats to match. And then coming on back here, we have a Helix 5 portable fish finder. Works really well. We also have the Dakota lithium battery back there. So we dropped about 4 pounds with that battery. My tackle bag, usually have the GoPro stuff, and you guys can see we have water bottles, bug spray, water filtration system, which I forgot to show. Move our way back a little bit more. We have my seat, my rod holder, little gas tank, and 3.5 Mercury 4-stroke. That little tank, it's 10 pounds full of fuel. It's 5 liters, and that'll last us 4 days non-stop running. And if I do take her a little bit easy on the fishing, I can make it last 5-6 days. We can get quite a bit of places with this setup. Hank here, we put his pole harness on. We hook him to the front of the canoe. He helps pull it. And with that handle there, helps quite a bit, along with Alyssa. All said and done, we usually do about 200 pounds of gear. So it is a bit heavy, but we manage. I usually pull 200 pounds of gear myself in the wintertime in the sled. The only difference between this and the sled is it likes to get hung up on rocks and that a bit more because you don't have the snow just to glide over them. But it works good for the most part for us. We do have a couple backcountry adventures planned out. We usually drive the truck or the ATV in as far as we can and then walk from there. We can get quite a few different places by walking in that extra little distance with just the canoe on the cart. It works quite well for us, and we get lots of different types of fish and have a good time doing it. We have some upcoming adventures pretty far into the backcountry. Should be pretty fun. We're going to try to do it in the next upcoming month or so, so we'll keep you guys all updated on that. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and until next time, have yourselves a good one.